Now to new developments out of San Mateo County, where today county leaders discussed how to remove the embattled sheriff from her job. ABC 7 News reporter Zach Fuentes was at the meeting today. He is live with the details of the unanimous decision. Zach.
Yeah, and that unanimous decision means that voters will be able to decide on whether or not the board can remove Sheriff Christina Corpus from her job. The board introduced that ordinance today, and that means the decision will eventually be brought to voters in March. Now, we spoke with officials about that decision today, and also people who support Sheriff Corpus.
Our sheriff was elected by the people, and the people will make the ultimate decision here.
Emotions ran high from both the public and officials at Tuesday's Board of Supervisors meeting. All of the comments leading to the board's unanimous decision to introduce an ordinance that would send a ballot measure to voters.
To go ahead and put a charter amendment in front of the voters of San Mateo County to go ahead and ask them if they'll give the board authority to remove a sheriff under specific circumstances as delineated in the charter.
All of this coming after an independent audit found the sheriff had an inappropriate relationship with an employee and created a culture of intimidation and retaliation within her department. Allegations the sheriff says are not true. We reached out to the sheriff's office for comment and did not hear back. In an exclusive interview with Dan Noyes Monday, she had this to say.
I have done nothing wrong. This is an attack. It's a coup that has been in place for a while by the county executives and the Board of Supervisors.
Several people in public comment spoke in the sheriff's favor, including Redwood City native Brian Howell, who said he believes details in the report still need to be verified.
Who knows what's real, what's not real, and I just know Sheriff Christina as a person, and she is a good person.
Several in public comments said that the report initially did not take in interviews from people who would have supported Corpus. Supervisor Ray Mueller said it was an independent human resources report that investigated allegations from those who complained. He said that people who want to come forward to speak can, but that it doesn't undo the allegations and evidence found against Corpus.
It's kind of like saying we have someone who's presenting evidence of wrongdoing and someone else is upset because they weren't able to provide a reference check that she's a nice person. It still doesn't undo the wrongdoing.
Mueller said one person who did not speak under sworn deposition was Corpus herself, something he's still asking her to do.
We want her to come in under penalty of perjury, respond to the allegations, and be held accountable to the words with which she responds to them.
Now, this charter amendment that the voters would approve would sunset in 2028. So in other words, it's focused on this sheriff, having the power to remove this sheriff. The board introduced it today. In 2 weeks, they will officially adopt it. Now, as our piece was airing, I just got a statement from the sheriff's office. I'm going to read some of it to you. It says in part, today's vote by the Board of Supervisors was wrong-headed and anti-democratic. It is a mean-spirited political scheme. The charter amendment with sunset language that only applies to me is an effort to go around the voters to try to unseat me. I will fight it tooth and nail. I'm not going anywhere. That is the statement from Sheriff Christina Corpus, a part of it that we just got right now. Right now, live in San Mateo, Zach Fuentes, ABC 7 News.